Today we're going to talk about how to rap like Kanye West on his classic song, All Falls Down. So let's get into it. I'm Drew Morrissey, and this is How to Rap.
Oh, when it all falls down.
This the real one, baby.
I'm telling you,
Chi-Town stand up. Southside, we gon' set this party off right.
Okay, so this is part 3 of the Kanye series, the Yeezus series, the Louis Vuitton Don as he was formerly known. And today we're gonna break down one of my favorite songs from this guy, a classic, sort of like a throwback Thursday thing at this point. It is Thursday when I'm recording this, and that is All Falls Down. Now, I'm sure we're all familiar with this. If you are not, that's unfortunate. You probably should be studying up on your rap history before you're trying to rap, but that's another conversation for another day. And that is All Falls Down. And the thing I first want to hit you to about this song is the point of view of the verses. Now, this is a very common thing that rappers do, in which they have a serious subject matter or a somewhat serious subject matter, something like All Falls Down and the struggles of life, and they give different points of view. Now, in this case, Kanye West has the point of view of a young woman, which is very common. You can think of J. Cole on Lights Please, which was probably inspired by Tupac, Keep Your Head Up Part 2, Baby Don't Cry, which is off of Still I Rise, by the way, the Thug Life, I believe, or Outlaws album. But this is using a woman's point of view, and it's a rapper talking about it, very common. And the second verse, Kanye uses his own point of view. And then on the third, it's sort of like a more overarching black community point of view. So the first thing I want to hip you to is when you're writing your verses, when you're writing your songs, and when you're listening to songs like All Falls Down, notice the tactic he's using and that other rappers, as I've mentioned, use, which if you're a male rapper, you might want to have the female's perspective. Maybe you want to have a verse where you're talking directly to the female. You can think of Jay-Z's Soon You'll Understand off Dynasty Rock La Familia as an example of that. You can think of also Jay-Z's song Cry as an example of the rapper talking to the female perspective. But in general, if you have a serious topic, it never hurts to have a verse that's talking directly to the ladies or for the ladies. They really appreciate that, I'm sure, and it's just important. And of course, if you're a female MC, you kind of live in this man's world as far as the rap game as it is, so I'm sure you know how to maneuver that, but of course, it is important. Now, in the second part, of course, you should have your personal perspective most of the time. That's kind of what rap is all about. So, point of view is the first thing I want to hip you to as far as the All Falls Down tactics and song structure.
Man, I promise, she's so self-conscious. She has no idea what she doing in college. That major that she majored in don't make no money, but she won't drop out. Her parents will look at her funny. Then I spent $400 on this, just to be like, nigga, you ain't up on this. And I can't even go to the grocery store without some ones that's clean and a shirt with a team. Cause they made us hate ourselves and love they wealth. That's why shorty's hollering where the ballers at. Drug dealer by Jordan, crack kid by crack, and a white man get paid off for all of that.
The second thing is this song, one of Kanye's first singles, has pretty much everything he talks about in his whole career encapsulated, put inside this song. So I encourage you to basically have an idea of what you're going to talk about most of your songs and most of your career, because Kanye clearly did. The song has everything he raps about. It has about his ego. It has about spending too much money. It has about race consciousness and black sort of power and black ideas. It has talking about females. Like all of these things Kanye consistently talks about to this day, as recently as New Slaves, and, Black Skinhead, and all of these songs, Blood on the Leaves. Like they all have the same themes that All Falls Down does. So consider really taking some time after this video to think about what you want to rap about, and on your next single or your next big song, really work on that shit. And then number 3 is notice how organized the song is. From the very beginning to the very end, Kanye stays pretty on topic about how black people specifically, but just in general, people try to have these big, massive goals and these big dreams, but they end up messing up because they want to flash and they want, hate ourselves and love their wealth, or I went to Jacob before I bought my mom a house, and I'd do it again. I want to be on 106 and Park pushing the Benz, like all this kind of stuff, where he consistently is talking about it. Even with the first verse and the young lady, he's talking about how, she doesn't want to be in college. Her parents will look at her funny, and like that relationship. So, with the motorcycle in the background, I want you to re-listen to this song. Think about the point of view. Think about the narrative. Think about the choices he's making. Think about how well organized this song is. And think about the subject matters that you want to talk about. And use this song as an example of thinking about how a rapper who's one of the biggest MCs in the game knew pretty much from the jump exactly what he was going to be talking about. And this song's a great example of that. So with that being said, I'm off. I got a fantasy draft this weekend, so I'm rocking for my team, the New England Patriots. Shout out. Hopefully this is our year. Ring number 4. That would be beautiful. And that has nothing to do with rap, but NFL all day. I'm Drew Morrissey, and I just taught you how to rap.
Then I spent $400 on this, just to be like, nigga, you ain't up on this. And I can't even go to the grocery store without some ones that's clean and a shirt with a team. Scene, we live in the American dream. The people highest up got the lowest self-esteem.